Hello, everyone, and welcome to Euron Systems Business Spotlight, where we bring you inspiring stories, powerful insights, meaningful conversations with leaders, entrepreneurs, professionals, trainers, coaches who are shaping the future through knowledge and innovation. I am Mir Haider, business head at Euron Systems, and today we have a very exciting guest with us, Soyab Khan, founder of Growth Therapy, a sales and communication enthusiast who helps individuals build confidence, master communication, and improve their sales skills through real world cold calling experience. Guys, to be very honest, this is my personal favorite because I belong from the business background and I also do cold calling and stuff. So here we have Soyab. It's a pleasure to have you. Welcome to Euron Systems Business Spotlight.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much, Haran. And I'm too grateful to have you here with me because you're also my favorite person. So, yeah, let's begin the podcast.
Great, great, amazing. So yeah, let's get a little bit of understanding about how the whole system started or where it went into the picture. How did this eventually start? So we'll go slowly in each step. So the first thing I would like to understand is give us a basic understanding of your journey and what you do, so that people know. I've given them the understanding of cold calling, but give us a bit of highlight on what exactly do you do.
Absolutely, man. So, my name is Shoaib Khan, and I'm the founder of Growth LV and the Closing Room. Well, my work mainly revolves around sales, communication, community building, and helping people to create more opportunity for themselves through a better conversation. Over the last few months, I've been documenting real cold calls, building a growing community, and working closely with students, freelancers, agency owners, and founders who want to improve their communication, client acquisition, and business growth scale. One thing I've realized is that most people don't actually have a sales problem. They have a communication problem. They struggle to express their value, build relationship, and create opportunities through conversation. So that's one of the biggest reason I started building the closing room community where people can learn, practice, and improve through real world conversation instead of just consuming content. And apart from that, I'm also an author, currently publishing my book, Beyond What Hurts, which is based on personal growth, resilience, and the lesson that come from difficult experience. And right now, my mission is simple to help people become better communicators and better salesmen, ultimately better builders of their own future.
Okay, great. I just heard a statement where you said most of the people don't have actual sales problem.
Yeah,
So I would
exactly.
like to understand a bit more in your opinion, what is the actual problem people have in terms of getting the sales or getting the numbers done?
Well, first of all, I wanted to clear one thing. When people do the sales or cold call, we usually focus on the prospect problems. But what I believe is when you are doing cold call, then you have to build relationship with the prospect first. Because you're doing the sales thing, you're calling them, yeah, hey, this is Shoaib, yeah, I can do that, I can do these things for you. But if you make the connection with them now, first of all, then they're going to buy your service, they're going to refer your service to someone else. So the first thing which all the prospect, all the salesperson, all the cold callers do is they don't build the perfect familiarship. You can understand that the relationship with the clients. So I believe the sales isn't a problem, the communication is the problem there.
Got it. Got it. Okay, let me get a little bit in detail about it. You have 30 seconds in a cold call, right? 30 seconds to at max, let's say 60 seconds if the person is a bit good. So how do you build that relationship in just 30 to 60 seconds?
Okay, so first of all, there's a structure before doing the cold call. So first of all, when I do cold calls, I usually focus on three simple things. First is the either client need the service. For example, I usually call cafes. The niche I usually go into is cafes and clinics, basically. So whenever I do cold call in a cafe, so I ask someone else who has already visited the cafe, and there's something called starting as a आपको कहना पड़ता है, you have to lie something to build the relationship. I'm talking about the lie which will going to make their business grow with the service you're going to pitch. So can I just pitch my what I do for the cold calls? Can I just pitch it?
I would love to. Guys, everyone, especially from the Euron Systems team, please hear it out. I really have been following Soyab for some time now. Balay has not put a lot of content, but I love whatever he has put till yet. So please do listen to this. We have a real picture happening. Let's do.
Okay. So let's assume that you're a client. Okay, you're a cafe owner. So I'm cold calling you. Okay, just add up the cold call. Okay. So hello.
Hello.
You have to say hello. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello.
hello.
Yeah. Hello. Is this XYZ client? Is this XYZ cafe?
Yes, it is.
Hi. Actually, I wanted to talk about some slot booking and table booking system of yours. Do you have 30 seconds?
Okay, what is it about slot booking? I didn't
Okay,
get you.
let me just tell you. So, actually, what happened is I recently visited your cafe with my girlfriend, and my girlfriend said that your ambience and the way you serve food is really amazing. So, after that, my girlfriend said that we should book your slot again, we should book your table again. So, I just wanted to ask if you have any online website or any landing page where I can book your table. You have to say
Uh,
you don't have any website, you have to say that. Yeah.
okay, I don't
Like,
have any. Okay,
yeah, I'm pitching you for a website actually. So, you
okay,
have to say.
okay. Okay, I just recently started to be very honest. So we don't
Mhm.
have such system, but I really appreciate and thank you for that lovely feedback about our cafe.
Okay. So where I can book your table? Is it available on Zomato or Swiggy?
Actually, we have not listed there as well. You
Mhm.
can just give it. We do have a number where you can call, and you can reserve the slot in general.
Okay. Thank you so much. I would love to do that. But before that, because my girlfriend loved your food, I want to give you some type of favor from my side. So what I do is I run an AI production and marketing agency, and right now we are building websites for cafes. So when I do this now, the prospect listens to me, and the prospect don't think that I'm going to sell them something. They think that I'm favoring them something. So this is how
Right.
the cold call actually happens.
Right. I mean, the minute you said that you visited with your girlfriend and she liked
Mhm.
it, the whole conversation or the actual sales resistance goes away. I would appreciate a bit more because we were not decided. You have not done any research. Obviously, the opening could have been a bit better. I'm pretty sure because you would have done research. You have talking about a cafe, so the opening
Yeah,
gets a bit more
exactly,
better with the name and the
exactly.
confidence. But I love that taking the eye catcher where you take away the sales resistance
Uh,
by saying that
Actually,
guys.
I have a lot of this type of eye catchers method. What I focus is I always focus on improving the hook. Like the conversation is almost 10% of the cold call. But if you hook the prospect for yourself, for your cold call, they're going to listen to you. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Like most of my succeed cold calls, I've done is for more than 5 minutes, and they are listening my pitch, my service I'm going to give them.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so I have one more good question to follow up with that. How long should an ideal cold call be according to you? And would you sell everything in the first cold call, or do you get them on a demo or a meeting, something like that?
So there's almost a lot of options to do that. But what I personally do is I usually cold call them to get them into a meet where I can explain them what we can do for them. So
Mhm.
there's a structure. We call it a 3C framework, a growth 3C framework. So what we do is, first of all, we get the leads from Google or wherever we found that. And after the call, we say that we can, the CTA, the call to action is always for the Google Meet. So when they come to Google Meet, we share them what type of service we can offer them. And on the Google Meet, we don't discuss about the percentage or the payment or the salary or anything related to that. We always do the invoice thing after the meet. Because most probably now what जो आजकल के cold callers करते हैं, they usually focus on giving them the price as soon as they get the client. That's the main problem they always do. क्योंकि if you're going to pitch a client, you have to pitch them before the pricing structure is going to be happen. You know what I mean?
I got it. I mean, I understand. Uh,
Yeah.
I completely understand. So, actually, Soya, do you think these cold calls and other skills Do you think that can be actually learned by anyone, or is it someone who is just naturally better at it?
I wasn't actually better at cold call at all. I was an introvert till I turned 16. So when I started doing the business thing now, well, let me just tell you by my experience. I'm doing cold call for more than 3 years. At the first, when I wasn't started this growth LP, the agency thing, I used to sell courses. And I used to be promoter of Millionaire Track Company. So what they do is they affiliate their course. So I used to purchase their course and used to sell them. So on that time, my voice wasn't like this. On that time, I was like, a small kid who is trying to do something. So उस वक्त मैंने cold call करना start किया था. It wasn't a cold call at all. People used to call me to ask them कि कैसे. I used to tell them कि you have to do this, you have to register there, you have to pay this much money. So at that time, I used to call more than 500, more than 600 people. So I think if someone wants to learn the sales now, they have to get to the platform. They have to get to the touch that we're going to, they have to get on the ground to understand the sales. And right now, I've seen a lot of people who are doing cold call. They don't do more than 10 cold calls. Like, personally, I have met a lot of people. They are just redo it like 10 cold calls, and uske baad they say ki this thing doesn't work. You have to do at least 15 to 2000 cold call after you'll understand that this thing works or not.
Okay, so what is the ideal number according to you? How many cold calls a person should technically do? Because I'll be very honest, when you talk about cold calls, you have invalid numbers, you have switched off numbers, you have a lot of DNPs, and you have a lot of wrong numbers as well. Considering you are scraping data, or you're just going to Google or any of the portal and you are getting the data from there, right? There is a possibility that all five exist, and generally the junk ratio is between 80 to 85% when you speak to a when you try to do cold calls. So how do you overcome that as well?
So, first of all, I wanted to tell you there is a difference between cold call and there's a difference between sales call. These both things
Mhm.
are different. So the cold call is, you know better than me, I know that, but let me just tell you. So the cold call is what we call a random person. They don't know us. We have to build the relationship on the first call. And the sales call is we know the person, we know what they know what we can do for them, but we're doing the sales call so they can just understand what we can offer them and what we can offer them on the that time. So you were saying कि a lot of junk calls होते हैं, a lot of numbers off आते हैं. तो from my side, I could say कि you have to do 50 daily conversation, not a cold call, not a call. There's a difference between dials and the conversation we're going to have. So I would suggest, doesn't matter how many cold calls or dials you're going to do, you have to get at least 50 conversation every single day you're doing the cold calls. That's the thing which actually matters.
Amazing, amazing. I really love that you understand so much about sales and how you're going ahead about it. So, what I really wanted to understand a bit more in terms of the cold call and stuff. So, what happens? Let's see, the cold call happens, right? You get the number, you get that person on table, the meet happens. How does your demo structure look like? Because I think the actual win in sales is not when you get a demo, it's not when you send the proposal, it's not when you do the negotiation. The actual win in sales is when the money hits in the account, no matter
Actually,
what the
your voice
prospect
got
has
stuck.
promised you.
Your voice got stuck. Can you
Yeah,
repeat that again?
yeah. I was just telling that the actual business or actual sales happen when the money gets credited in the account. Before that, even
Mhm.
if they have promised on the most loved thing of their life, we know that the sale is not completed. Even the email confirmation or a promise doesn't really matter in sales unless the money hits the account. So how do you get that part as well?
So, you want me to tell you that how I talk to the prospect after money gets in my account, right?
How do you get the money in their account to in
Okay,
your
how?
account?
Okay. Let me just tell you. So that's the difficult part of sales, or this is the difficult part of onboarding, actually. So what happens is this is a type of percentage. Like you're going to pitch everything. You're going to say कि हाँ हमने ऐसा कर दिया है तो किसके लिए हम ऐसे करेंगे. We are going to promise them. We're going to do a lot of things. But the crazy part is when we send them an invoice telling that this is the money you have to transfer us. So most of the time, they take at least 1 to 2 days to put the money on the account to fill out the invoice. And if someone is doing it right away after sending the invoice, then it is just because of your script or the pitch you're going to you have, आपने पहले ही बोल चुका है. बट इनवॉइस आपके पास जब तक के है, आपके प्रोस्पेक्ट के पास जब तक के है वो इनवॉइस, यू हैव टू बी so much, you have to be so much like a slave for them. You have to be desperate for them. Because you have done pitched them, you have sent it all the demos. The only thing which is remaining is sending them an invoice. And after sending the invoice, you have to be slave for them. Of slave means you have to ask them repeatedly, have you sent the mail or have you sent the invoice, have you filled the invoice, have you sent the payment? And you know what? This is the actual difficult part. And I think now in this time you have to send them some type of urgency. You have to create it some type of urgency. For example, I wanted to share a kissa with you. So what happened is I was giving the invoice to a client. So what he do, he tell me that he is going to pay me after 7 days, and he got paid by their company, by his company. So what happened is on that 7 days of period of time, I used to post a lot of stories, status related to that. इतना spot बचा है, इतना spot बचा है. You have to feel this, you have to feel that. And मैं regularly उन्हें message करता था कि आपको इसमें payment करना होगा. अगर आप payment नहीं करोगे तो आपका slot जो है वो आगे मूव फॉरवर्ड हो जाएगा. आपके जो इनवॉइस है वो एक्सपायर हो जाएगी. So this type of urgency you have to create to get the payment in your account. This is what I think, and this is the actual thing that I have been experienced.
Okay. Let us do some objection handling.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay. So yeah, to be very honest, I've never heard about you. So why would I go with you?
Because I can I can just tell you that the local businesses you're working with right now, the local prospect I have been working with right now, is know me better than you know me. So you can just talk to the locals and you can talk to the persons who know me better. That could actually give you the sign. And I can tell you one thing, if you don't trust me, you can trust my service. And how can you trust my service? I can offer you a 3 days free audit. If you get something benefit from that, then we can continue. Otherwise, there's nothing. I can just, hide you from my pipeline. What do you think?
Okay.
Well,
But
this type of objection is really rare because we are actually unknown for every single prospect. They don't just say it.
right, got it. Okay, let me say another prospect which says your competitor is doing much better. I'm already using a competitor example, let's say, or somebody with the services who is into something similar to it. So why do I have to shift to you?
So my competitor is doing better than me, and I have to tell you why you should accept my service, right?
Yes, I'm already working with
Okay.
any of the existing person who is providing the same services or similar services. So why do I have to shift to you?
Well, there isn't any type of concern, or I'm not trying to replace anyone, or I'm not trying to be better than anyone. But I can tell you one simple thing that I can not do better than them, but I can give you something more than what they are giving you. For example, if they're giving you a meta advertising, I can too give you meta advertising. But you can judge the service I'm going to give by looking at the free audit I'm going to give you. Well, you know what, Hadar, I wanted to tell you one thing. This objections handling always over on one simple thing, which is a 0% service. It is called you have to offer something to them before they choose you. For example, I always do कि चलो मैं आपको 3 days का फ्री ऑडिट देता हूँ, मैं आपको 3 days का फ्री सर्विस देता हूँ. अगर आपको उसमें कुछ नहीं लगा, then we won't continue ever. एंड दिस इज द प्रॉमिस जो कि हर कोई एनरोल कर लेता है, हर कोई मान लेता है. You
Got
should
it.
try this something. क्योंकि you know what? Let me tell you personally. So when you say now that you in your Eon system, there's a referral basic referral system too. So on that time, I thought कि this isn't paid This is paid, but this isn't paid at one point. I can refer someone else and I can earn money through it. So you're doing the same thing. You have competitors, but you're giving something. You're just giving your platform for free so that people can understand, and then after that, they can invest. So I hope that you got the point.
Right, right. But we have a little bit of rev share, yes, but we do zero on person, zero onboarding. We do it, which none of our competitors generally do. Even if somebody is doing that, we actually do not restrict any features, right? Generally, free onboarding or free services. Generally, people do with a lot of restrictions in the features because they have to eventually upgrade them. So that is something which we do a little bit different. But I would like to understand a bit of more on why should any student or non-sales professionals also learn sales. What do you think? They should actually learn sales? Everybody should learn sales?
Um, this is a tricky question actually, because not everyone wants to learn sales. That's the main point. Everybody wants to talk. Everybody wants to be extrovert. But not every single person wants to learn sales. Not every single person. मतलब I think ना sales person जो है आज के टाइम में not not only in India but बाहर भी the sales person is like someone who is doing less but in fact they're doing more. But the type of कि भाई ये जो sales person है ये तो sales person ही है, he's doing the sale, he's just doing that, you know. So I don't think so कि everybody should go with the sales unless they are going to do something, they're going to sell something of their own. You know what I mean? If you're selling something that you own, then that's the different part. But if you're selling something, some type of product of someone else, then that considered as like something different. Because what you're going to learn is you're going to learn by yourself, not by someone, not by someone else giving you the work.
Got it. Understood. So actually, I just did a little bit of understanding from your growth LP. You're actually building an AI and marketing system. So how do you see actually AI changing work and business?
Okay. So, well, Growth LP is AI powered social media marketing agency. We just name it as an AI production agency.
Mhm.
And the reason is like I noticed that many students, freelancers, agency owners, and aspiring entrepreneurs have skill, ideas, and ambitions, but they often struggle with, communication, sales, client acquisition. Uh,
Your camera
I
is
can give,
off.
wait a second. Wait. Your browser has lost the connection to your camera. Wait a second.
Sure. So, no worries, guys. This is what the whole life is all about. Some real, raw, and natural stuff which keep happening on the portal. But till we have Soya back, we will be understanding. So, we have a couple of comments which are there. Okay, which says first watching kar raha hu Shaurya. Let's go from Aditya. Thank you for joining in. There's one question from Bilal, which says how to stop sounding nervous on calls.
It's all our practice. It's all about practice, man. Nervousness is inbuilt. Every single person will be nervous if you talk to the stranger. It's on yourself. You
Got it.
will be nervous. Even I used to be nervous. I do nervous. Right now, मैं अभी भी cold call करता हूँ, मैं अभी भी nervous रहता हूँ. That's just a natural part. But I think if you're so good at sales, then you're not going to be nervous. I'm not saying that I'm a type of sales guru or something, but for my side, I always get stuck on some of type of objections like you said, ki, the rare objection, ki, why should I go with you? There's a person doing a lot of things better than you. So most of the time, Indian prospect don't throw this type of objections because they don't even interested in type of agency works. So I think you know what I mean.
What is your general type of objections and everything you get? But before that, sorry for cutting you because of the internet went away. So I was asking about what is your company about AI marketing agency. If you could give a bit
Let me just tell
brief on
you
that.
about that first. Yeah. So Growth LP is an AI production and AI powered growth and automation agency. We focus on helping businesses to improve their online presence, customer experience, and overall growth through technology. And we work with businesses to build modern websites, automation systems, AI digital solutions that help them save time and improve efficiency and create better experience for their customer. But beyond the service, the vision is much bigger. Can I just tell you about the vision I have for
Yeah,
Growth Healthy?
please. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all yours.
So I don't want Key Growth Healthy to be just another agency that build website or automation. The long-term vision is to create a growth ecosystem where business, freelancer, founders, and ambitious individual can access the tools, system, community, and support the need to grow faster. Like we are building at the intersection of AI automation, communication, and sales and business growth. And right now, as I tell you at the introduction, that our goal is simple. We want to help businesses work smarter, grow faster, and create more opportunities through technology and better system. And in the future, I see Growth Healthy becoming more than an agency. I see it becoming a platform that helps build, scale, and grow with the power of AI and innovation. I
Amazing.
think that this is type of a normal vision, but I think this is going to be worth it.
No, no, definitely. See, the one good thing or the bad thing you can tell is everybody's trying to do, but everybody will not succeed. So you have that rarest opportunity if you be consistent, if you do something a little bit beyond what everybody else is doing, you have a better success chance and better success rate. But I have a very simple question for you because you're an agency owner, you're going ahead with AI stuff and everything. बहुत ही सीधा
Mhm.
रखूंगा. Will AI replace sales people or will it make them better?
I don't think so that AI can replace salespeople. AI can replace sales calls, but AI can't replace the cold calls. क्योंकि what do you think? Let me just ask you a question. If a AI calling you and he's saying कि hi मैंने आपका like for example like just let me just picture something. Consider me as an AI. Okay,
Mhm.
so I'm calling you. Uh, Hello, this is Shoaib
Correct.
from Growth LP. I wanted to say that I visited your cafe and that is very good. And I wanted to tell you that we can do this things for you. So you're going to trust him or you're going to block him that this is the, some type of call center call from Amazon or Flipkart?
I would go with the second option, but what if AI gets better and better? Because AI is actually able to clone some good voice.
Mhm.
Everybody with an objection, including me, goes back to any of the AI tool. Maybe that I was not able to understand that objection and everything. So, what do you think? Is it that the emotional and the human touch that makes a little bit hard for business development, salespeople, or revenue generation people get replaced? Or is it just that AI is not yet
Yeah, as you
updated?
said, that AI can be better than better every single year or every single time it's moving. So, like, what I think personally, I don't believe that AI will completely replace cold calls and sales call. What AI will replace are repetitive tasks such as lead research, prospecting, follow-ups, note-taking, CRM updates, email personalization, and appointment scheduling. However, when it comes to high ticket sales and complex decision, negotiation, trust building, and relationship based selling, human conversations will remain extremely important. And people don't buy expensive service or partnership or business solution simply because an AI told them to. They buy because they trust the person they are speaking with. In fact, as AI becomes more common, humans' communication may become even more valuable. Everyone will have access to the same AI tools, the same automation, and similar information. And what will separate people is their ability to communicate, build trust, understand emotions, and create meaningful relationships. So I don't see AI replacing sales professionals. I see AI making sales professionals more efficient. The future isn't AI versus humans, you know. The future is humans who know how to use AI outperforming humans who don't. And that's why I believe communication and sales skill will remain some of the most valuable skill in the world, even if
Yeah.
AI driven you. So,
Amazing. I am
yeah.
probably, this is my most agreed answer in all of my podcast, to be very honest. This would be the most agreed answer from my end that yes, I 100% agree with you because the emotional touch, the human touch, the trust. Why am I telling that is because all my current clients, which I have personally closed for this company, have come
Mm-hmm.
from somewhere from my previous companies or my previous background. Either they were my potential lead, either they were my clients at that point of time, either I had some kind of a conversation, or they knew me because I was working at XYZ place. And most of my closures, actually, it's not about I'm not flexing or I'm trying to tell I'm doing something great. But what I genuinely realized is the trust building is important, because everybody of them, I think, apart from just one client, because it was not an Indian client, it was other client in the other country, and the time zones matter and everything. He wanted to just see the portal and wanted to see me. He is the only client from my previous clients who has taken a demo from me and onboarded for Euron Systems.
Mm-hmm.
Others have just onboarded because I gave them the understanding that how this respective portal could help them, or and how I as a person, about giving my services, giving my time, and giving them the best option available in the market. I made that trust for myself on my clients, and that's where my major closures come into picture. So guys, trust.
Okay. That's
Trust.
great, actually. I would love to ask you something, a question, actually.
Mhm.
You've spoken with many founders, creators, and entrepreneurs on your problem and platform, sorry, problem. What's one common thread you've noticed among people who eventually succeed, regardless of their industry or background?
See, one common trait which people, I feel, go ahead and win or become succeed is they understand what's next.
Mm-hmm.
I have been using this respective portal. I have been doing this XYZ pattern. I was at zero. I have reached at, let's say, 1 CR of revenue, or let's say 10 lakhs or 1 lakh. Now,
Mm-hmm.
in the next 12 months or next 3 months or 6 months, I want to go from 3 lakhs or 1 lakh to 10 lakh. What would it take? Every single person who has been in my conversations, who has actually been the person who has been my showcase client, or the client who has broken the barriers and done some wonders, is he has thought what's next, which technology will help me better, which portal will help me better, which service if I provide will make my customers experience better. So if you genuinely think about your respective clients and the future, not like 10 years down the lane, not something like unrealistic में 10 साल बाद 1,000 crore कमा लूंगा, नहीं. What is realistic? There is a problem which is there in my students, or there is a problem which I'm facing. Example, to run this business, let's say my students are not happy with the UI UX of the classes, or the website of mine. What can I do better in the next 3 months that my students get better? There is no gamification. I'm not able to give my students a bit of proper feedback on what are they lacking on. How can I get that better in 3 to next 6 months or 12 months? These are the people which I see are the ones who genuinely do good and are the ones who accept the technology. Yes, if you want to catch hold of such clients, you as a portal, you as a service, you as a company have to evolve with time. You cannot be Nokia. You cannot be someone else thinking that मेरे ये सर्विसेज है, मेरे इतने क्लाइंट्स हैं, मैं यही करेगा. भाई आज एआई इस चीज में आया है, कल ऑटोमेशन उस चीज में आया है, परसों फ्लो कुछ चीज में आ जाएगा. मुझे करना पड़ेगा. अब मुझे सिर्फ एक नॉर्मल वेबसाइट नहीं देखनी. आई वॉन्ट पॉपअप्स, आई वॉन्ट टेस्टिमोनियल्स, आई वॉन्ट वीडियो टेस्टिमोनियल्स. मेरे को एनिमेटेड वेबसाइट चाहिए तो चाहिए भाई. अब जनरेशन का रिक्वायरमेंट वही है. I cannot tell like, no sir, we provide one template. This is the website, left and right. This is how it will look like. You should use only this. I'll lose that client. If I have to
Yeah.
evolve, always
Mm-hmm.
think of one thing I would say. If you want to get better at sales, not what your client requires, 100%. What your client's client requires, if you're into a B2C aspect as well. If today my end goal or my end clients are educators, बट उनका जो स्टूडेंट है या फिर जो उनको क्लाइंट है उनके, वो स्टूडेंट्स हैं. चाहे वो टेस्ट प्रेप कर रहे हो, चाहे वो स्टॉक मार्केट सीख रहे हो, व्हाट एवर दे आर लर्निंग. सो फॉर मी, आई एम थिंकिंग फ्रॉम अ पॉइंट, आई डू अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग, राइट, वेयर आई अंडरस्टैंड कि ये स्टूडेंट को कैसा लगेगा एज अ स्टूडेंट, फिर एज अ टीचर कैसा लगेगा, फिर एज अ पोर्टल मुझे क्या देना चाहिए. गो विद द रिवर्स डायरेक्शन, तभी तो मजा आएगा.
Actually, by the way, from all the conversation you had, what's one lesson that completely changed the way you think about business or life?
One,
One lesson actually from all the conversation you had with your prospect, with your clients. What's one lesson that completely changed the way you think about business or life? Actually, having this question from the last 3 days when I started talking to you, because you were saying that you were in this industry for more than 6 years, so that's why I really wanted to ask you.
Yeah, to be very honest, is that one lesson which I genuinely felt, which I was lacking or which shaped my whole career, would say patience. यार सेल्स एक ऐसी चीज है ना जो आपको
Exactly.
पेशेंट बहुत सिखा देती है, आपको डिसिप्लिन रहना सिखा देता है। बंदे ने बोला है भाई आप 2 बजे कॉल करो तो आप 2 बजे ही कॉल कर सकते हो। आप 1:55
Exactly.
पे कॉल करो, आप
Hmm.
2:15 पे कॉल करो, फोन नहीं उठाएगा, वो काट देगा या फिर वो बिजी रहेगा। तो यू हैव टू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ डिसिप्लिन। इफ आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल, आई onboarded one of India's biggest ethics recently, a while ago for XYZ company. You know,
Hmm.
that deal took me almost, it's an enterprise deal, it's not, I'm not talking about एक 500 का टिकट साइज या इवन 1 लाख 2 लाख 3 लाख का टिकट साइज की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ मैं। आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट अ बिग अमाउंट ऑफ अ टिकट साइज where it took me 4 months of madness to get them. They told me, Mir, there is a, let's say, marketing team. They want to understand your portal. Let's get on a meet. ठीक है, marketing team से बात कर ली। ठीक है, Mir, there is actually customer success team. They want to understand something. ठीक है, उनके साथ भी meeting. Mir, there is finance team जो transactions track करना चाहते हैं। आप उनसे बात करो। ठीक है, boom, I'm going with them. Mir, there is a tech team. उनको DNS मैपिंग के बारे में, सिक्योरिटी के बारे में जानना। ठीक है, boom, I'm with that team. मीर, एक प्रोग्राम मैनेजर टीम है, आप उनसे बात करो। ठीक, मीर, अब टीचर्स हैं जो हमारे पोर्टल को यूज करेंगे लाइव, आप उनसे समझाओ। तो देयर वर सो मेनी मल्टीपल टीम्स इन्वॉल्वड एंड लर्निंग। गाइस, यू हैव टू बी ओपन टू लर्निंग। आई थिंक द बिगेस्ट लर्निंग फॉर मी इज लर्न मोर एंड मोर। यार आप, वो वही सबसे बड़ा लेसन है कि यू आर नॉट द बेस्ट नो मैटर हु यू आर। इन योर
I
माइंड यू आर द
completely
बेस्ट,
agree.
इन योर माइंड द माइंडसेट हैज टू बी कि मैं सबसे अच्छा हूं, मैं क्लोज करूंगा। बट आपको रियलिटी भी लेके चलना है। नो बडी इन द सेल्स बिजनेस हैज 100% कन्वर्जन। अगर आप 10 लोगों को कॉल करोगे, 6 इंटरेस्ट लेंगे, 4 पे करेंगे, 2 पे करेंगे, 1 पे करेगा, कोई भी पे नहीं करेगा। आई बेयरली डाउट, एटलीस्ट आई हैव नॉट मेट पीपल टिल येट इन माई करियर हु हैज क्लोज्ड 10 out of 10। आपने 10 लोगों से बात की, 10 लोगों ने आपको पे करके चले गए। आई हैव नॉट सीन, मे बी इन द मूवीज आई हैव हर्ड अबाउट इट, बट माई पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस, आई हैव नेवर इंटरैक्टेड विद एनीवन हु हैज डन 10 on 10। You can let me know if there is anybody. I would love to learn from that person. मेरे को improve करना है, तो I don't mind learning from him.
I completely agree here. Even even though I'm just in this industry for like almost 2 years, I think that uh, talking to the like taking the cold call is almost 40%, but the rest of the 60% is the follow up system and the things you're going to call after the cold calls. You know the sales call things. You have to talk a lot of person before that. You have to talk to the manager, then the receptionist, and you have to talk to the technology manager. And somebody says that you have to talk to my wife first.
No, there, it has to be there. I mean, you know, the best thing about sales is acknowledge it. You have to talk about your wife. Sir, I would have done exactly the same. मैं तो मेरी बीवी के बिना कुछ करता ही नहीं, बट फिर आप
Mhm.
अपना पॉइंट बोलो। हाँ भाई, आप बात करो अपनी बीवी से, आप बात करो अपने पति से। रेस्पेक्ट दैट, always acknowledge and respect that. Then you, because the minute you defend mechanism, human mechanism, psychology, I want to talk to my wife, oh no no no, don't talk। अरे भाई, मेरी बीवी है, मैं बात करेगा, मैं उसके साथ डिसीजन लेगा, तू कौन होता है बोलने वाला? Obviously that comes into picture. So what's the first thing? Yes sir, I completely agree. Even I am married, or even I have a girlfriend, or even I have a mother, even I have a sister without whom I do not consult, example, या फिर मेरे पति के बिना, या फिर मेरे भैया के बिना आई डू नॉट कंसल्ट। अक्नॉलेज दैट। बट क्या आप वैसे समझा पाओगे जैसे आप, मैं समझा पा रहा हूँ? शुड वी गेट ऑन अ कॉल टुगेदर, ट्राई टू गेट ऑन टू अ कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल, ट्राई टू ब्रेक द रेसिस्टेंस ऑफ सेल्स। उसको सेल्स फील नहीं होना चाहिए बंदे को। जितना आप बेचना जाओगे ना, आपको उतना ही सेल्स लगेगा। द मोर यू ट्राई टू सेल, द मोर यू आर नॉट एबल टू क्लोज। ट्राई टू बी वेरी सिंपल, calm, consultative, understand pain points. Yes, I think there is फ्रॉम साध हो गया, जितने भी आपको आजकल इंस्टाग्राम पे रील्स भी आते हैं जो एक्चुअल जेन्युइन क्लोजर्स हैं, दे टेल फर्स्ट लिसन, देन यू टॉक।
Saad actually inspires me a lot. I've been watching Saad from the last 1.5 years, and I'm so much, he inspires me a lot to do good works. Even I'm thinking of starting a series where I'm going to cold call as a Sad sale, and yeah, this is Sad. I'm calling you from Metro. So
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, we can definitely do that. But yeah, I mean, it's been great. Okay, I have something from Harsha Vardhan. Okay,
Mhm.
the first two sentences to not make them hang up on our call. What are your first two sentences to make people not hang up your call? What are your first two sentences?
Well, the first two sentences is something which is related to them. For example, ये कंसिडर करो कि आप किसी कैफे को कॉल कर रहे हो, ठीक है? एंड द कैफे पोस्टेड रिसेंटली कि दे आर गोइंग टू हैव एन इवेंट जो कि संडे को हो रहा है, एंड वो इवेंट में फॉर एग्जांपल अरिजीत सिंह आ रहे हैं, ओके? Then you have to call them and telling them ki, yeah, actually this is a call regarding business and consultation and a call on the related to events of Arjit Singh. So they usually receive the call related to the event. For example, if they posted a new product launch, a new coffee, so you have to call them and you have to ask them that, "Ki, there's a coffee available. Actually, we can do the market for that coffee. We can do the marketing for that coffee." So you have to be familiar. As always, I will say 100% you have to be familiar with them. Otherwise, the cold call is something which is going to be and in a very wrong way. The rejection is going to break your heart. I can't just tell you. You have to be familiar with them. Doesn't matter what is the niche or what is the prospect going to do. Yeah.
एंड गाइस, रिजेक्शन को आप एक्सेप्ट करके चलो. आप सेल्स में
Mhm.
हो तो आपको रिजेक्शन मिलेगा ही. You have to accept the fact that people will say no to you. You'll have to accept the fact that people will say yes to you. Come so close, proposal, invoice sent, mail confirmation, flipped. That is the reality of sales. कभी कभी होता है. Nobody can be 100%. As and even all the videos which you see actually people cut the calls. अगर आप इसके शोएब के भी कॉल देखो, किसी के भी कॉल देखो ना, लोग जेन्युइनली बोलते हैं कि नॉट इंटरेस्टेड. लोग जेन्युइनली फोन काटते हैं. लोग जेन्युइनली
Believe it or
नहीं
not,
आपको रिस्पेक्ट करते.
most of the people who call me after the cold call, let's just consider as a sales call, like a call pick you get from the manager or from the owner by their side. So what they do is they call us and they ask it if we want to order something or we want to book a table or something. They just cold call them by themselves, and this is the worst thing which can happen to you. This is the worst than like your prospect is taking you as a prospect for them.
आपने मुझे बेचना है तो हम आप ही को बेच देंगे. उन्होंने रिवर्स कर दिया.
Exactly.
ओके, ग्रेट.
Exactly. Because I would love to, we live in a world where AI automation and technology are advancing faster than ever. I still believe sales remain one of the most valuable skill a person can develop because sales is ultimately about understanding people, building trust, or a problem. So, I have a question. I know you have to ask me a question, but I have a lot of questions because you're better than me in sales. I think that. So, I
थैंक
wanted
यू.
to ask. So, we both can give knowledge in this life. So, do you think that sales will become even more important in the future, or do you believe that technology will eventually reduce the importance of human side? And
Well,
what advice would you
if
give?
I
And what advice
be
would you
very
give to
honest,
young people?
one simple thing is sales is not about just selling product, right? You need to first
Hmm.
understand you are an HR. You have to sell yourself to the company. You have to tell why you are a better HR. You are a tech developer. Why your AI code is better than everybody. You have to tell that to everybody. That why your AI is better than rest of the AIs. You have to tell everybody that why you are there. So sales happen everywhere. See, हमने वो टर्म बोल दिया ना, सेल्स है बेचेगा, वो नहीं है भाई. Everybody has to sell eventually anything. If you're selling to a girl, you're telling that I love you, you have to sell your feelings to her. You have to genuinely make her feel that you love her. You cannot be like, मैं तुमसे प्यार करता हूँ, आप मेरे से शादी कर लो. कोई नहीं करेगा. You have to genuinely make her feel, and you have to communicate that. If you're an entrepreneur, you have to communicate two things. One is you have to tell the investors that, damn, you have to believe in my vision, I will give you revenue. But when it comes to your company, your employees, you have to tell them you have to believe in the vision and mission so that we all can grow. So you have to sell somewhere or the other, something or the other. So sales is
That's
important.
exactly what I think too.
Yeah, and I think many of entrepreneurs who have come up in the podcast or in anywhere, they have told this point commonly कि यार सिर्फ प्रोडक्ट बेचना सर्विस बेचना ही सेल्स नहीं होता है. आपको अपने आप को sell is not like eventually for money, right? Sales also comes with a lot of other aspects. It's about emotions, it's about trust building, it's about communication, it's about human psychology, it's about understanding, it's about bonding, it's about trust. बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं. So if you have to eventually do something good, I would say be a good salesman, but inside. Not that you're technically selling actual products, you're not selling services, but you know how to speak, you know how to react, you understand human psychology. That is what is sales for me. You understand human psychology, you understand what they tell, you understand, you trust, that bond, emotional connect, frequency matching, ये सारी चीजें होती है तो चाहिए भाई. I think human touch is more valuable than any technology. I love technology, to be very honest. My portal gets everybody live in 30 seconds, but उसको भी तो prompt देना है मुझे बैठ के और फिर उसे बोलना है नो नो ब्रो आई डू दिस, लेट्स चेंज दिस. देयर हैज टू बी ह्यूमनाइजेशन. Definitely there has to be humanization. That's where the human value is. अब मैं एक क्वेश्चन पूछ लूं सर.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Actually, I wanted to understand a bit more about your community, which I believe you are building some community as well, which we have discussed this before. So, if you could give us an understanding of what this whole community is all about, what you're trying to build over here eventually.
So the closing room, the name of the community is the closing room. Started from a simple idea. I noticed that a lot of people consume content about sales, communication, freelancing, and business growth, but very few actually practice those skills. People watch videos on sales but never make sales call. People learn about communication but avoid difficult conversations. People want clients but hesitate to reach out to prospect. And that's why I created the closing room. The closing room is more than just a WhatsApp community. It's a place where people can learn, practice, and grow together. And inside that community, we discuss about sales, communication, client acquisition, freelancing, personal branding, business growth, and the real world challenges that people face while building something of their own. And the goal is not just to share information. The goal is to help people take action. Like I want the closing room. I'm sorry, actually. Am I? Can you see me?
Yeah, yeah, I can see you a little bit, but yeah, it's okay. I
I
understand.
think is it. This is okay. I think.
A little bit okay. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. This is okay. I think.
yeah,
Okay. So yeah, I was saying that I want the closing room to become place where student, freelancer, and founders, agency owners, and ambitious individual can connect, so they can learn from each other and improve through a real conversation. Because at the end of the day, opportunities don't come from information alone; they come from actions, relationship, and conversation. And that's exactly why the closing room is designed to have people build.
amazing. Understood. Understood. Thank you. So yeah, this almost brings to the end of the, the discussion which we had. A really amazing discussion. I personally love, and thank you for taking my own podcast on my own podcast, which I really love it. Sometimes, I think before this there was one podcast where I was also being asked to, answer the questions. I love that. So when I loved it. I think I was not mentally well prepared for it, to be very honest, but yes, it was great. I just have one small few rapid questions for you, and then we go ahead and close it. So, one skill every student should learn.
Sorry.
One skill every student should learn.
Communication. That's the freaking, communication will lead you to every single prospect, to lead you to every single opportunity that you have. For example, if you're getting opportunity, you have to talk. You have to talk to someone to get that opportunity. If you want to share something, you have to talk. So the only communication that every single person, not even students, every single person should have is a way to communicate with person. And I think in India, uh, just because of the, I don't know the environment and the things, but because of the environment, इंडिया इंडिया के लोगों को बात करने नहीं आती एक्चुअली में. They just don't know how to talk. I'm not talking about the business people. I'm talking about the regular people who's living in India, doing their jobs, doing their study. So that's what I believe, that the most valuable skill is communication.
Amazing. Most valuable skill is communication. As we mentioned before, you need to be able to communicate what you have to do. Okay, so so your biggest learning as a founder.
The biggest learning as a founder. Well, the biggest learning as a founder. Well, can I just say it like a personal thing?
Yeah.
That's actually a really valuable thing I wanted to say right now. The biggest
Mhm.
learning that I get as a young founder, well, everyone knows how old I am and everyone knows what type of things I do. So what I think now, I can just give you the example. I can just tell you the quote. It is in Hindi. Let me just tell you. So it said कि ताली ताली बजने से पहले ताने मिलते हैं. It is something like that. Sorry, I forgot that too. It's completely changed
ताली
my life of
बजने
the
से पहले
situation.
गाली मिलती है. Mhm.
Not gali, tane milte hain. If you're a young
Okay.
founder, then your own family won't support you until you're going to prove to them that you're going to do something really incredible in your life. So this is my personal experience, and the best learning that I got as a founder is you have to be so dedicated. Not everyone can be a founder. You have to be so dedicated. You have to leave every single thing. You have to leave your loved ones. You have to, you know, the founder of Oyo, Rajesh. Oh, sorry, I forgot the name. What is the
Ritesh
name of the
Agarwal.
founder? Yeah. So Rakesh Agrawal. So that founder, he said that if you want to build something, you have to go far away from your own family. And I think that's the very personal, very relatable lesson that I got from him. And I'm actually experienced that too.
Got it. Amazing. Thank you, Ritesh Bhaiya, for creating Oyos and being such a inspiration. I think he also comes from a background where, he has told in a story where I think 3-4 लाख का
He
जॉब
used
लग
to,
जाए तो शायद comfortable हो
no,
जाऊं मैं.
actually, he used to sell SIM cards, Airtel
Mhm.
ke. Yeah.
Wow. Simcard which he has changed his own uh, hotels ke beds. He has cleaned it. I think that guy has done some really amazing stuff. I
Yeah,
really
exactly.
appreciate and look forward and get inspired by Ritesh. Good stuff which he has done. Okay, so now we have the end almost, which we don't want to really end it, but that's how reality of life and time works. Some you'll have to say goodbye somewhere. So this brings us to the end of the amazing podcast which we had today with Soyab Khan, Shoaib, to understand how sales works, how community works, and everything, right? And a big thank you to everybody who has joined us. And what I would really love to understand is from cold calls to confidence, mastering sales, communication, and growth in the era of AI. So, this is something I would say is my learning from today's podcast. So, thank you everybody for joining in. Thank you, Shweb, for joining in, giving us
My
your valuable
pleasure.
insights, giving us your
Actually,
time.
I think this is your first podcast where someone asks you the questions.
Probably yes, first and a little bit kind of second. One
Mhm.
podcast, Miss Neha Pandey, she had questioned me a lot from the chat when my guest had come. So that was really amazing with her. So that was one. And there's the second where the guest directly started asking me questions. So I think I really love that process. I should be a little bit mentally prepared next time. So in today's conversation, we had Shweb. We understood what the cold calls and everything looks like. So guys, if you actually love what we do follow us at Euron Systems. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and do share with this. And if you really want to learn from Shuaib, if you really want to understand what he does, how he can help you, you can follow him on Instagram. He's available. He has Soyab Khan. You can see the company's name, Growth Therapy. Plus, he also has Soyab Cells, I guess.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
he has
Sure.
a Shoaib sells a dedicated account for mastering sales. He's doing cold calls. He's doing real time, and he's showing it to you guys. So you can follow him. And thank you all. Until next time, it is a goodbye. But we will be coming back with another really amazing set of episodes in the coming weeks. So do follow us and stay tuned. Thank you all. Have a good evening.